Let us talk about three words: sharps, flats, and naturals. What is a sharp? The best definition for what is a sharp is it's the nearest key going higher in tone. Let us look at the piano. Here is middle C. What would be the closest sound going one place higher? The nearest tone. Would it be D? Listen. What it would be is, if you look inside the piano, towards the inner side, the next tone would be the black key. So C sharp would be this black key, the nearest tone to the right. Now sometimes books and even teachers will say a sharp is the black key to the right. It's a nice simple answer, but it's not always accurate. Why do we say that? Remember, the correct definition is the nearest tone. So the nearest tone to C would be here. The nearest tone to D going up would be here on our second black key. But when we go the nearest tone from E, it ends up on the normal F. So it's not always a black key. In fact, F can be called E sharp at times. Now, what about F? F sharp would be here, the next tone up. G would have G sharp here. A would have A sharp going up to the right. But here we come again. B, if you go to the right of B, it's the white key C. So not all sharps are black keys. But one might say, well, why don't you just call it C instead of calling it B? Sometimes we can do that. But it's like proper English. Why don't we say ain't instead of is not? There are certain situations as you study musical notation about scales. And it forces us to say E sharp instead of F or B sharp instead of C. Now let's talk about flats. Flats are exactly the same thought, but they're going the other direction. To the left of B, the closest tone would be here, and it would be a black key. To the left of A, the closest tone would be here, and that would be A flat, referred to as A flat. And the closest tone to the left of G would be here, and that would be G flat. Now what if we're on an F and we go to the left of F? Now we touch a white key again. So the nearest tone to the left or flat of F is a natural E. But at times we'll call it F flat. Let's go back up here. E flat would be here. Go left, go lower from D, it would be here. But C flat would be a normal B. Again, because of proper musical terminology. So what's a natural? When we say we have our natural hair, what do we mean? We mean that it's the hair we were born with. It's what naturally came with us. So now, what about the keyboard? What do we naturally play? We naturally play the white keys rather than the black. So when we say a natural, what we're talking about is that we're playing a white key. Normally we don't use that term. We don't say, let's play C natural, F natural every time we play. However, if we had been playing, for example, 6 F sharps, and we don't want one particular one to be a sharp, then we would need to use the sign for natural. And that's our lesson today on sharps, flats, and naturals.